Is the R7 worth the hype? Is it a good beginner bike? Today we're going to be answering all of your guys' questions and concerns and educating you guys more on why the R7 might be the best beginner bike. What is up, YouTube? We are back. Not going to bore you guys with a long intro this time. We're going to jump straight into the video. As you guys can tell from the title and the thumbnail of this video, we are on an R7 today. We're going to be going over just everything, you know what I mean? From, is this the best beginner bike, to, is it the worst beginner bike? I get a lot of questions almost probably weekly about what bike should I start on. Should I start on a 3 or 400? Am I going to outgrow a 3 or 400 extremely fast? So I'm just going to be teaching you guys and talking to you guys about my personal view on the R7. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into the video. Today we're on a 2023 Yamaha R7. It's not mine, it's actually my girlfriend's, Coda CC. Go give her a follow. Huge shout out to her though, because I've been wanting to make a video like this for quite some time. Especially with the riding season, it's here pretty much. We've had a couple off days, but overall, the season is here. People are gonna get into bikes, and you know, if you don't know what you're looking for, you don't know what you're doing, this is the perfect video for you. And I'll be honest with you guys, anybody here, anybody that's watching these videos, it doesn't matter. You can start on any bike that you please. Whether you want to start on an R1 and you have zero riding experience, or you say whatever and you decide to start on an H2 or an S1000 or any of the other crazy bikes out there, you can do it. I promise you can do it, but it probably is not the smartest option to go down. Some pros and cons of this bike for me personally. I've only ridden this bike a handful of times, but I literally live with this bike, so I see it every single day. I truly love how it looks. The appearance aspect of this bike is phenomenal in my opinion. And the only reason I say that is because it is a R7. It's a lower CC bike. You don't get very many lower CC bikes like 650s, 300s, 400s, etc. And this is no hate to anybody at all, but quite frankly, they don't look as good. They don't have that sporty feel. And the R7 gives you all of that, in my opinion. It gives you the sporty feel, the sporty dash, just everything about it. I know a lot of people, when they get into the bike scene, or they're looking for their first bike, this is kind of something that they end up looking into more, is the looks of the bike. The looks and how they sound. And then price point comes into play. And we'll get to that in just a second. Now, the cons of this bike is, unfortunately, the price point. I know a lot of people, they don't just have a measly, you know, 8 to 12, 13 grand just sitting in their back pocket to spend on a bike. But the great part is we actually found this one on Facebook Marketplace. We drove like 11 hours to get it, but she got it for a really sweet deal. So, price point, in my opinion, doesn't really conflict with this bike too much as the downside. Some of the cons, though, like I am saying, is it's more aggressive. You have that sporty feel. If you're not used to the sporty feel, you're gonna feel it when you ride the bike for more than 10 minutes. The seat as well, the seat's not very comfortable, but you can always get a new seat. The great part about this bike, in my personal eyes though, is it is so light. That is probably my favorite thing about this bike. It feels like you can throw this bike around. It really does. The S1K is a lot more heavy throughout the entire bike, while this bike, it's just light. The entire thing is light. You do have a little bit of weight on the top end, but like, you can just throw this thing around, and I love it. I really do love it. It's so much fun. Another thing that I don't feel like very many creators talk about, which is why I wanted to jump on this video, is the throttle. I truly believe the throttle is something that can mess with people the most. So the R7s have a ride-by-wire throttle. They're on a wire. So when you pull the throttle, it pulls a wire. The wire makes you go, pretty much. There's a lot more science behind it. I ain't Bill Nye, we're not getting into all that, but you see what I mean? And I know that would do the same exact thing on an electronic throttle bike, but they're so much more sensitive. The S1K that we have on the channel, most of you know it, it's the 3rd gen S1000. That one is a wire as well. It's so much smoother in my opinion. Now, to the advanced riders, you might not even second look this type of feature, but for new riders, that can be a huge play in what we're seeing. Now, the reason we're kind of out in the back roads, like the farmland area right now, is because traffic is really bad right now. I was going to go up somewhere different, but I want to be closer to the city because I want to show you guys how easy it is to ride this bike specifically. And the only reason why I say that is because a lot of people also fear traffic. Traffic is the doom of everybody. People hate it. I hate it personally. I'm in the same boat. I don't like it. Nobody likes it. But I want to show you guys that this bike is so perfect. If you want to daily it, you're starting out on a bike and you want to just ride it, it doesn't matter the situation. This bike's going to be there and it's going to perform so well in every aspect. But let's jump over to the spec side of the bike, because I know a lot of people look at that, you know, how fast can this bike really go? How much power is this type of bike pushing, the weight and everything like that? And we'll start out with the scariest factor that I think a lot of new riders come across, is the weight of a bike. Now, this bike weighs about 400 to 435 pounds wet. And I know that number is high up there, because trust me, that's a lot. But when you're comparing it to every other bike out there, it's not that bad at all. So if you are scared about that number, that 400 to 435 pounds while wet, so that means oil, coolant, everything else in the bike, that can add a lot of weight for sure. But if you guys are, you know, concerned about that, go and get on one. Just go sit on one and you'll see what I mean compared to a heavier bike like an R1 or an S1K or any other leader bike out there, any other even 600 you can compare. They're definitely heavier. This bike is pushing about 72 horsepower. So 72, one of those puppies right there, that's pretty baller. You got 72 of those horses in this puppy. And once again, I know a lot of people think 72 horsepower, that's nothing. But in reality, you only weigh like 400 pounds. You know what I mean? About a fourth of your power is your weight. So that's pretty impressive to me. She doesn't have an absolute ton done to this bike, but she does have the factory OEM paint on here. It's a bit rough around the edges for sure. She has a full Akrapovic titanium system. You also get the option to add the quick shifter, I believe, when you buy the bike. We didn't buy this one new, but I do know it is an option that you can throw on. So for people that don't know what a quick shifter is, pretty much, I'll show you. When you're shifting up in a gear, so second to third, third to fourth, you beat a specific RPM, and I don't touch the clutch. See, I didn't touch the clutch at all right there. And it basically just, it allows you to shift faster without having to use the clutch. That's probably the most simple way I could put that without getting into like the technicality of the bike. So it does come with a quick shifter, which is beautiful. We have one on the S1K and we have an auto blipper on the S1K. This one doesn't, so you have to rev match. Another thing that people really are concerned on is they don't want to waste their money. I'm totally there with you. And trust me, this video is not sponsored by Yamaha in the slightest, but that would be sick. The great part about this bike is you can grow into it. So, and I'm not saying if you buy a 300, a 400cc, that you're gonna get sick of it in like maybe a month, 2 months, whatever it might be, and then you're gonna have to sell it for less than you bought it, and it's a whole bunch of that you don't have to deal with. With the R7, you can grow into this bike. So if you've never ridden a bike before, the R7 can be really great for you. And then a year and a half from then, you're still on the R7 because it allows you to do so much more with the bike. Whereas a 300 or 400, you don't truly understand the power a bike can have. So that's why I think the R7 is probably one of the better bikes out there. Another thing I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about is the reliability of the R7. I know Yamaha might get some slander on them with the whole battery thing, and you guys probably heard it before. For some reason, Yamaha has a really bad electrical problem, so you're not able to necessarily start the bike every time. And I know it's such a gamble, and I know a lot of you like to gamble. Hey, you know, if you love to gamble, this bike might just be for you. Let's be honest. But no, real shit though. Sometimes it can have a little bit of a battery issue. On my R6, I never had that issue. On her R7, she's starting to kind of have the issue where when you start it up, it'll like go up in RPMs because it's feeding more of the battery voltage through the bike, and then it'll level out and you're completely fine. We threw it on a battery tender and it's doing just fine. So if you do run into that problem, it's just a battery. It's not that big of a deal. But the reliability of this bike overall is probably the best out of the entire bike scene. It's super cheap to get parts on an R7. They don't have issues. They really don't. Unless you don't take care of your bike at all, that's when you'll start seeing issues. But if you take care of it, you'll be fine. You'll be so Gucci, my boy. Like I was saying earlier though, where you can grow into the bike is like you can do pulls like I just did. And the bike has a lot of torque, so you can learn wheelies. You can still go fast. You can still do all the things that you love to do on a bike while being safe. Ta-da! So, that's what I'm saying though, is the R7, it really is all around, I think, the best street bike for a beginner. Now, if you want an R3 still, or a 400cc, do that. Don't take my advice necessarily just because I'm saying it's the best. To each their own opinion. Just make sure you guys remember that. I think this is a beautiful bike all around. You can still have fun with the bike. You can grow into the bike. And I truly believe this is probably the best beginner bike out there. With the price point as being a little bit steep, go private. Make sure you guys do your research. This bike has about 8,000 miles on it, if I'm not mistaken. So this one's definitely lower. I might take this bike out more if I'm being honest with you. This thing's fun. Oh, my nuts. Like I'm saying though, it's torquey. That just proved my point even more. Another really cool thing, it's just purely cosmetic, but you can get these things called VF Design taillights, I'm pretty sure. They're integrated taillights, and they're so sick. I bought them for Coda around Christmas time last year, if I'm not mistaken. They are probably the coolest thing that you can buy for these type of bikes. For R1s too. I mean, if you're an R1 owner watching this, trying to see my personal opinion, and you're typing in the comments right now telling me to go myself because my opinion's stupid, but like low-key, buy it. It's like $200 though. It's not cheap. It's not expensive in my eyes. Once again, to each their own. But they are so sick. Such sick taillights. Any R7 owners or Yamaha owners in general, do watch my videos. Leave a comment down below. Try to educate other people, beginners, people that just want an R7. They don't know much about them, so they came to this video right here. We're gonna wrap up the video right here though. I appreciate everybody that supports the channel, that stops by and continues to support the other pages as well. If you guys did enjoy today's video, make sure you guys comment, like, and hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit that little bell to the side so you know when I post. So if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. It only takes a couple seconds out of your guys' day, completely free to you guys, and it supports me to be able to make these type of videos. If you guys want to see more ride and review videos, let me know. We're going to try to get as many bikes on the channel as possible. With that being said though, I really do appreciate everybody that stops by and supports. With that being said, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!